Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode with Be Money Wiser. We thank you all that have been following this program. Some of you have applied most of the things that we have been talking about, and you have improved a thing or two in your financial lives. We thank you all, and together we believe we are on this journey to create a financially knowledgeable, disciplined and prosperous country. Today we're going to listen to a very interesting experience from one Miss Nampala, who gives us a highlight about some of the aspects we need to think about as we spend wiser in schools. Let's listen to her experience and we shall carry on with the discussion thereafter. Thank you.
I want to share some of the areas that schools need to be focused on, even as they go out to grow, as to participate in the national program of educating and equipping our children, our youth, and our young adults, as we prepare them for the work market and the workforce. In the schools, we need to be looking out at three major people. The first is the client, and that's the child that is coming to you. You need to have an objective for this child. You need to know that this child is coming from the community to you, and you need to know what kind of curriculum or impact you are going to be. The child is very important because this is where all the school business is going to align itself. So everything about this child is very important. Their safety is very important. Their education content and what they have come to you as and what you expect to turn them out into is a very important thing. I am very passionate about Christian education, and so we believe that even in the schools we have more time with these children than they would probably have in their different churches or even in their homes. We have children more than even the time that they are kept in their homes. So we need to be very intentional on how we are going to handle this child. The second person that you must be very mindful of as a school is the teacher. Where are they coming from? Which training colleges have given and have brought the teacher to you? What is their training background like? What's the content that they're passing on to the child? What is their belief in terms of, do they believe a child is an image bearer of God? Are they going to be touching this child in a very impactful way so that as they hand them back to the community, they have their hands all over as fingerprints on this child? So a teacher becomes a very, very important person. After the teacher, we started off with the child, then the teacher, and now the third person that is very, very important in a school business is the director. The director, the intentions, the objectives, the vision, what is your mission, what do you expect to achieve is so important. The director becomes a very, very central person in a school business. The director's vision is rotating around making money at all costs. Then he is going to definitely compromise on the quality of the content that is going to be given, the curriculum that is going to be delivered in the school. He's going to compromise on the quality of teachers that he brings into school, and definitely quality of all the deliverables that have to be given to the child. They are all going to be compromised because his objective is to make the money. We have another challenge in schools. It could also be in organizations, manipulating the players in the business. For instance, having school fees increase every term, or having unreasonable amounts asked for particular activities. Well, children are going to the zoo, and then you ask for an outrageous amount of money. That is manipulating. The parents can be manipulated in terms of school fees, but even the teachers can easily be manipulated. We have cases where in schools where teachers have not been paid for 6 months, for 5 months, and they still keep coming to work. What is the quality of delivery that this teacher is actually giving to the school? So the whole essence of manipulating the players in this particular industry is it's going to lead to a downfall or a poor quality of delivery. So we need to have all these checks and balances catered for. And one of them has been for us to have a board and a working board a board that helps to manage the director. It manages the environment of the school. It manages the different players in the school. The teachers are catered for because the board is taking all the details into consideration. And the parents' needs and concerns are also being taken care of. If we move away from a situation where a director manages everything, then we are making a positive progress. We're taking a positive step away from manipulating the players in the industry. So we need to be having a working board, a board of management, a committee that sits, that has parents on board who are stakeholders in the school, and then also the market. Looking forward to the growth aspects of the school, and also making sure that everyone who is contributing is catered for and is a happy player.
Well, I like the fact that Miss Nampala is covering almost all the three aspects. She's giving us a perspective of being a parent. At the same time, she's a proprietor of a school, and then she manages kids. So she brings in all the aspects, and she's the right person to tell the story. Yes. We all know that hopefully very soon the schools are going to be reopening, and the fact that we've had COVID, in fact we are still in COVID, and the schools are going to have many other ways they are going to be probably making the parents spend. All the children are going to have more requirements needed when they are rejoining schools. So previously, already you could find people complaining about many expenses about the kids, spending on the clubs, spending on trips, spending on the scholastic materials, and all the other things. As for you parents, you can easily relate.
As parents, he's yet to become one.
I've had a good experience working with schools, especially private schools. I wouldn't want to judge whichever side, because as an economy, as the government, we Uganda have enough resources to provide quality education to all our population. That's how private schools can support. Sometimes they try to break down the school fees so that the parent does not feel the pinch, does not look at huge amount and get scared and doesn't take a child to the school, which is a plus for them. But sometimes some schools do extra. Maybe you need charges, they make it double, which seems not to be fair. So the main thing is, on whichever side you are, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a school owner, whether you're a parent, is to be wiser on making a wiser decision in terms of other charges at school.
So as a parent, be mindful. The core thing that you need to pay for is school fees. And even paying school fees is so specific that you need to pay in a school you can afford. But the schools that you find it really difficult to raise the school fees, you drop to your standard and first spend there. Over time, as your finances stabilize, you can be able to upgrade.
And as we close, remember that a higher or if the school fees is way high does not mean quality education.
Yes.
That's totally opposite. You can charge highly, but you provide poor quality education. Not so Ivan.
Yeah, I think school proprietors should be a little bit more sincere to the parents, but not only the parents, because you are having three key players in this. We are having the child, who is the student or the pupil, we have the teacher, and then we have the school director or the person who owns the school. So all those three, anything that happens on one of the three will definitely have an impact on each one of them. If you're the director of the school and you know the trip the kids are going for just costs 100,000, let it be the charge you're going to put there. Then look at the teachers. Many schools take advantage of the teachers. Someone spends 3 months without getting a salary. They are giving them less money, which doesn't really match the kind of work they are doing. And that goes back to the quality of education they'll be giving to the kids. And don't think for you as a director, when you take advantage of the teacher, your school is thriving, because it definitely means that the performance of the child, the quality of education they are getting, even when they've already left the school, they will be able to compare the other students who went to some other schools and see that you took advantage of them at the later stage. So you have to make sure that it's balanced. You manage well the teachers and make sure that they are in a comfortable environment and they have all it takes to be able to deliver quality education to the students.
So all in all, we need to be a little bit wiser, make more better informed decisions, and benefit from the services that the schools give us, but within our budgets and within a bracket that we can afford. So to carry on with this discussion, you can follow us on our pages on Facebook, YouTube, and other social media platforms. Share with us your comments, ask us a few questions, and let's be money wiser.